a police officer decided it was a good idea to sell his department issued guns, steal money from a credit card. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Put up his picture full mass here. Florida police fired an officer and arrested him after he pawned his department issued guns, plural, and stole more than $1,500 from a co-worker's credit card on October 5th. We have the story you're looking at right now. This is former Hialeah Gardens officer Leonardo Carbo was stripped of his badge. He was charged with theft and credit card fraud after investigators tracked down his fraudulent purchases to airport pawn and gun in Miami. So he gets arrested. He gets stripped of his authority. Here's the irony of this. He would have still been employed if he shot an unarmed black man in the back. You realize that? He would still have advocates saying that he had no choice. He was in fear for his life. But he stole $1,500 from a coworker. And according to the allegation, he decided to pawn department issued guns. Police say Carbo pawned department issued guns, including an AR-15 and Glock pistol at this shop right here. Here's a look at the interior of the shop. All right, they were happy to get those guns. But he did not stop there. He also got a hold of another officer's credit card. Yeah, the card was then used for a number of transactions at gas stations, a restaurant, Uber, Walmart, and a pawn shop, the police report said. The total amount spent was more than $1,500. When investigators went to the pawn shop, they discovered that the credit card had been used to buy a firearm also. The victim said he remembered leaving the credit card at a restaurant and had asked Carbo to pick it up, the report said. The fellow officer requested Carbo to pick up his card for him before he went out of town. Well, look at this. He says, hey, buddy, I left my credit card over at the restaurant. You mind picking it up? Carbo says, I absolutely 10-4 on that. He picks it up and helps himself to $1,500. I'm laughing, it ain't funny, but damn, you can't just, the police can't even trust the police. With a credit card from somebody that you know, come on, man. All right, the police department said, and I quote, "We acted swiftly after learning of his actions and proceeded with a criminal and internal affairs investigation leading to his termination and arrest." Great. Now, can you apply that when people who are unarmed get shot in the back by the police? Can you say that same statement next time there's an unarmed citizen in your community who has been shot and killed by the police? Say, hey, we acted swiftly. We created an investigation. We decided to arrest him and took away all of his authority. Boom. You see, this proves, ladies and gentlemen, that it can be done. Why is it that typically there's this administrative duty protocol? Well, now they're on administrative leave, paid administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation. Damn that. You were able to move this fast for a credit card and a pawn receipt. But you can't move that fast when there's video evidence of the actual crime, and the crime has a much harsher impact than somebody's credit card being used. Now, the reality of why I'm highlighting the story is because, as I have said before, corruption is never linear. Anytime you see this kind of corruption, it is always connected to other levels of corruption. If they're willing to do this, they're willing to do other things. That is my point. So now that you see you have a cop who's willing to violate the public trust, you must go back and look at the cases in which his signature is affixed. Because if he's going to lie and be this extreme in his criminal conduct, according to your investigation, do you think he has not lied to you before? Do you think he has never lied to a citizen or on a citizen before? Do you think he's never lied in front of a judge before? All right, Jeff, thoughts on this?
I was going through a few hypotheticals as you were going along, and one thing that I kept landing on was same situation, $1,500 stolen from a credit card, but it was a civilian. Would that cop who stole the money, would they then be put on administrative paid leave while they're investigating? So look, I don't know. That doesn't really solve or prove anything. I'm just wondering as we go along, because yeah, they were kind of expedient, and I'm glad they were. This is stealing. But let's apply that same energy to civilians, to the rest of us. But I'm glad the blue wall of silence was taken down in this instance. So let's keep moving that thing forward.
Yeah, there you go.